Hi guys, it's CycleCom here doing my second video of, well, ever actually, and I thought I'd just show you how awesome it is to cycle in London. I know there's a lot of videos and a narrative and indeed press stories about how bad it is, but to be honest, most of the time it's okay. Firstly, may I apologise for the shaky camera. I've recently just bought this actually, as I say, this is only my second video, Contour Rome 2. And the helmet strap I got is not quite tight enough yet. I've been fiddling with it, but I've not quite got it, so I haven't quite worked out the vibrations. As you can see, first hazard, a bit of a learner driver there or something parked out on the road, but no traffic behind me, so we were okay. At the moment, I'm heading towards Buckingham Palace, currently on Wandsworth Road, heading in the meantime to Vauxhall. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's been really hot recently. I mean, frick me. We've had a heat wave, a hot heat wave since something in the 70s or 80s. I'm not really a big payer, I don't really pay attention to that kind of thing, but it's really hot. I'm really enjoying it. It's like, you know, don't need to go abroad now. It's awesome. Oh yes, if you look on the left in the far distance, you can see that's St. George's Wharf. That was the tower that had the crane that, what I'm getting to, the helicopter crashed into, where the helicopter, in fact we're heading towards the helicopter crash site, also, which I will try and remember to point out in a few minutes. As you can see, that's the Sainsbury's, again, if you want to go back and pay attention to that. As you can see, to be honest, the roads aren't too bad. There's a few potholes and bumps here and there, but it's generally okay, eh? So I thought I'd let you a little bit know about me, since, you know. Oh yes, here we go. Hello. Do you not remember, Mr. Driver, what that box is for? Yeah, I'm looking at you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you going into the advanced stop line. Naughty. You know, that box is there for cyclists, so we have a little bit of time to get ahead of you and your faster engine, you know. We're burning fat and going a bit slower, while you guys are just burning cash and getting fat, for that matter. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about I got into cycling recently, only about 8 months ago, and I've really enjoyed most of it. I had a few scrapes there, here and there, but not that much. I got into cycling. I was really lucky, to be honest. I was walking to work. It was too expensive to even get the bus and the monthly pass. It's so much money. And the train, or like when you go into zones, just forget it. It's horrendous. So I got a bicycle for 10 quid from one of the local lads in Tesco's, and don't worry, it wasn't nicked. It was completely mashed up. Just to pause my story for a sec. We're now approaching where the helicopter came down. Again, bless his soul. Thanks God. The building on the right there, that with the orange stripes, that's where the helicopter was. Oh, bus parked the wrong way. Yep, just to the right there, that's where it was. That bus was parked the wrong way on, I don't know what TfL got up to. That bus was really quite strange. So I was saying, yeah, we're now heading towards Vauxhall. What I enjoy about this junction, aside from the, you know, the tallest residential tower in Europe, I believe, which is St. George's Wharf that we saw earlier, which will now be coming on the left, but I don't think you'll be able to see it, is that if you look just ahead of you there's that brown building which is surrounded by all these modern structures. Like, why is that there? It's like, was it the only thing not bombed in the Blitz or something? Because it just sits there and I don't know what it's doing. But here we are, we're heading towards Vauxhall. You can see the cycle parking is quite good, having, you know, the old pedestrian in it. It's, well, I mean, it's a very busy junction, but to be honest, tonight it's really quiet. By the way, this was filmed the day after the new Prince was born, whatever his name was. I think they should call him Joffrey. 23rd of July, Tuesday. So, as you can actually, and again, on the right there are solar panels for Vauxhall bus station, and right ahead of you is the MI6 building. Shh, it's a secret. I also think MI5's around here somewhere, I don't know where, or maybe I've got them mixed up. Anyway, this is Vauxhall Bridge. Again, really quiet. I'm in the bus lane, no one's pestering me. I'm going to head over the bridge, get onto the north side, and coming from the south. On the left, if I look, yes you can just see the four chimneys of Battersea Power Station. There was a quick glance there, you could just see St. George's Wharf. On the right is Big Ben and Westminster, but you can't really see it in the London Eye too. If I put up my return journey, if anyone's interested, you can see a few more sights of London. And here I am. I'm actually riding a mountain bike this week. I got it for £10 from an advert in Tesco. It's completely knackered. Over the last 8 months, I've really been doing it up each month, saving up a bit of my money and getting some new parts. I mean, the front derailleur didn't work. It wasn't attached to the shifter at the front. The cassette at the back was worn. The gear slipped every time I put pressure on it. It was okay. It was really worn. Looks more like, you know, very shallow valleys than sharp hills. Ah, my brethren on wheels, all hail, wonderful people, wonderful, simply glorious. Ah, love cycling. It's awesome. It saves you money. It gets you fit. And I used to drive and used to get there and it was okay, but you felt lethargic and tired, well, most of the time. With cycling, you own that visit. You did that. It was under your own power. And because I used to walk everywhere, cycling gives you such bigger range. It sets you so much more free, and you can do all sorts of more things. You can even do bicycle polo. I tried that last week. It was really cool. I mean, okay, it probably makes me horrendously, I don't know, middle class or some claptrap like that, but actually it was just really good fun and it's quite a skill. And why am I chuckling there? I don't quite know. Oh yeah, there's a really awesome car. Fast forward back. It's gone past now. At the very front of the traffic, there's like this two-wheel thing, like I don't know what to call it, a banana, not a banana, like be more like a poo really, but it's got wheels, like bicycle wheels or something. I don't know. It's a weird contraption. I caught it. I thought it was so cool. Just remember that. So as you can see, look up to right here, you can see the buildings getting a lot posher and old, and frankly a lot older. It's very fascinating architecture in London. I digress. The point is there are quite a few embassies around here. I think there's one coming up on the right. As you can see, by the way, again, back to cycling, nothing wrong. Yeah, if anyone can name that embassy on the right, that white building, the two flags, it's clear in the European Union, I will, I don't know, subscribe to the channel or something, as a thank you for identifying it. Oh yes, here I was in the wrong lane because I don't know where I'm going. I knew I had to go left, but no, yet, so I looked at the driver, he pointed me forward, so I was okay. Everyone respecting their lines and their correct positions, so that's all good. Here we are. And yeah, where are they? So yeah, I love cycling. It's awesome. You do get, frankly, I have more of my problems come from cyclists than drivers. Yeah, there are dangerous drivers. Yes, there are dangerous drivers, but more often cyclists. I'm quite defensive. I'll hang behind buses. I'll hang behind lorries. I'll slow down for red lights. And some cyclists, oh, I mean, seriously, red lights. I'll leave enough space between me and a truck or a bus. There's enough room for me to act if there's a problem. Particularly since I can't see, because I can't see in front of the vehicle or areas around it. Cyclists will just come and sit in that gap in front of them, like, seriously, you've now just taken, I mean, these people, sometimes people have no foresight. Don't get me started on Boris bikes. I mean, it's ridiculous. I never see them with helmets. I think on my way home, for the first time in 8 months, I saw a Boris biker with a helmet. I was so happy. I wanted to jump off my bicycle and give him a big hug and hope that the helmet protected him so that he didn't, die because of my joyful physical expression that he was wearing a helmet. How awesome! So as you can see here, I'm going a little slow, just trying to work out where my left is and waiting for Google Maps to tell me where to go. And I first like thinking, oh come on, as you can see that random grey building amongst the red ones. And yeah, so where was I? So yeah, I also find that I'm quite proud of myself. I guess I'm getting boasting, just talking about myself, which is a bit dull. I have a mountain bike, and I often find that, I'm maybe in the top 25% of cyclists in terms of speed, which is very comforting, typically because I've got such grip and traction. It's hard work, but it's really rewarding when you overtake someone who's on a nice shiny city bike like that guy with a cool t-shirt, actually. I want that t-shirt. It's quite satisfying to go past this speed. Like, seriously, you've got an awesome bike that's newer, lighter, and overall better than mine. It's not some 10-piece thing that should really have been scrapped that I've resurrected for a couple of years until the bearings between the crank arms failed, because I mean that's corroded, but it's going okay for now. Could go on for years, it could last till next week, who knows. Oh yeah, I call my bicycle GLaDOS, by the way, because that's awesome, I think. Anyway, she's awesome, and so's the bicycle. It's been resurrected from the dead and all that. Oh hi, how have you been? I've been really busy being broken, after you broke me. Anyway, I digress. You can see how interesting this ride is because I'm literally just talking about a load of random rubbish. Here we are turning right, we're now heading towards Victoria Station. There's a frick load of buildings. Is that Boris biker? Boris bikers, dangerous people, they're annoying. I hate most of them, even if they are pretty tourists. Anyway, yeah, Victoria Station has a lot of building work on there. You've got to be careful. I mean, you'll see there's some pedestrians who try nipping across in the green light, and yeah, it's one of the few times I've had to use my belt. I try a bit like a car horn. I very rarely use my belt. I had to use it later on. It was more as a preventative measure, but still. Right, okay, this is a bit of a long traffic light sequence. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to show you a natural ride through London. That's brackets, me being lazy, close brackets. That bus up front, you see the new route master, that's going to loop all the way around and come back before I leave. There's also a crazy old lady who's like, oh, I can see the like moving towards me with all the traffic behind him. I'm going to cross anyway because I'm old and I've lived most of my life, so I don't want to get run over. Alright? But you'll see that person later. There's a boss bike, a sensible chappy. So the bus is left and I'm laughing. Seriously, so many people out here. I mean, yeah, this is fair enough. Everyone's having a good time. It's a beautiful evening. Oh, crazy old lady's here. Crazy old lady. She's not crazy. Oh, there's the bus. So we're gonna. Once the lady gets to the pavement, she turns left. That's when the lights will change. And I swear she looks at me and then just carries on. He's like, "Screw you! I'm an old person and I'm awesome. I have right of way here. I have the senior years. Look at me." But I mean, it's not a big deal. She's fine. I'm fine. But yeah, he had someone impatient who maybe stumbled or slipped on the road. It could have been so much worse. So there we go, we're heading up towards Victoria Station now. I was signalling just to make sure I can get out for the traffic. All good. You can see the building up there, and there's so many people on here. There's a lot of theatres. You can see there's Wicked over there for any of you musical lovers. Again, I'd love to go to musicals, but really, frankly, can't afford it. They're so expensive! Like everything, even like going to Buckingham Palace, Westminster Abbey, the Houses of Parliament, it can all be so expensive. Like, it's crazy that, oh, you're a tourist, or even a local here. We need like 18. Oh, see there, people crossing out. That was a bit unnerving. So yeah, like everything's so expensive in London. Like drinks, my god, sometimes a double vodka lemonade can be £10 something in an area. £10 in the city. I mean, what the douche? You can go up north to like Aberystwyth or Liverpool. You know, you can get a whole round of drinks for your friends, all doubles for about £10 something. I mean, if you want to get, I guess it shows my age talking about alcohol, but if you want to get stuff that's more reasonably priced, particularly food and, again, drink, do not come to London. It's so expensive here. There are areas that are really cheap. I mean, where I live, I can get a haircut for about £15. If I get on the train and go to somewhere like Woolwich, and I can pay a fiver for my haircut, go back on the train, and I've still not spent 15 quid. It's ridiculous. Like, the differences in prices in areas of London is crazy. Yeah, I've kind of, in my sort of self-absorbed mode here, forgot to mention my stress when that ambulance was coming, because I could hear it coming, but I didn't, well, I could hear it, but I didn't know if it was coming behind me, to the left or right there's that junction, or perhaps it was going to come down the wrong way. You see ambulances doing all sorts of crazy shit. If I've sworn again, that's really bad. Sorry. When, obviously they're trying to save a life. Do not ask for whom the siren wails. It wails for thee. As you can see here, again, I've got into the wrong lane. This is very bad of me, but the lights are on red, so I'm very fortunate. What I do is I just gently shuffle around, don't want to cross the pedestrian area. So check the bus driver's not doing anything. Okay, we're good. I think, for me, the nearest area that I came to danger in my own judgment is when I go right down here. This, by the way, is, I believe, the corner part of Buckingham Palace. I think it's the biggest private garden in the whole of London. So that is the start of Buckingham Palace. Well, the end, you could say, of Buckingham Palace's ground. And they've got you see the high wall there to keep the commoners and riffraff out. I heard a story that some guy scaled the walls and ended up in the Queen's bedroom or something. Don't know if that's true. Oh, yeah, those coaches, by the way, I don't think there's another one. I think maybe there is. But to me, those coaches always look like ants with their little mirrors, look like antennae on. If I see that blue one, that Megabus, £1 by the way, really cheap. Really good way to travel around London if you don't mind having a sore ass and being stuck on a bus. About double or even triple the amount of time it would have taken you by train. But a really good way to get around if you're on a budget. So here we are. Now, the closest part to danger for me was coming up. You'll see one taxi go past, that one's okay. It's the next one, the Union Jack one, which to me was too close. And it's funny as heck. Come on, where is he? There we go. Oh, that to me was a little close. Not too bad, but yeah, that was pushing my personal space a little bit. Don't forget, I've got flesh and blood in the game, and ha ha ha! Look at that, stop by lights, busted. You didn't even get an advantage from that. That overtake was unnecessary. Sorry, Mr. Taxi Driver. Fail. So here we are, we're now approaching Buckingham Palace. I mean, my entire cycle time, including the bits I cut out, was 18 minutes. It's really awesome being able to live in London and see and do this stuff. I am really lucky, even if, my budget's really tight because of how expensive this place is. In terms of, your visual appetite, you will get obese from how many awesome things you can see. It's just so epic, London. It's really cool. So here we go, this is the wall to Buckingham Palace. On the left you'll get the Queen's Gallery in a second. I don't know if you can get in there for free or not, I doubt it. Look at this! Being cut up by police officers. I'm sorry, what? You guys... I mean, I don't know, just setting a bad example, dude. You're the foot soldiers of the law, the representative of Her Majesty the Queen herself, in front of her, well, to the left of her, or which way you're facing, to the side of her house. How appalling, and she's in at the moment. The Royal Standard's flying, so she was in. This is the day after, I think I've said before, that the Prince, Joffrey, or whatever they're going to call him, has been worn. So this is the afternoon of Tuesday, the 23rd of July. I'm not sure where to stop, so I stop off here. And then I turn around and walk into traffic, so maybe this is my most dangerous point. So guys, that's it. I've got to Buckingham Palace. As you can see, cycling in London most of the time is safe and really enjoyable. It's especially cool when you get to see all the sights.
Everything. It's, yeah, sorry about the jump there. Had a bit of an issue with the editing footage. Well, I'm at Buckingham Palace now, guys. Thanks so much. This has been a bit of an experiment, so you can enjoy it. Yeah, if you want to give it a like or whatever, go ahead. This is Buckingham Palace. Thank you for bearing with me for God knows how much of your life you've just wasted your life. Okay, guys, have a good night and enjoy. God save the Queen. Tally ho!